welcome to part 2 of my LORWYN ECLIPSED limited set review and first impressions. So, the new set of Magic the Gathering is coming out. It is called LORWYN ECLIPSED. For those who don't know, yesterday I started reviewing all of the cards, seeing them for the very first time in terms of limited gameplay, so draft and sealed. And we stopped on green, so today I'm going to start with green. I'm going to read a card and then we're just going to talk through it. Is it good? Is it bad? How is it going to play? Which archetype is going to fit? And all that fun stuff. So just a reminder, here you can see all of the established archetypes. Officially there are 5 of them, as you can see here on the picture. So Azorius Merfolk, Ragdos Goblins, Selesnya Kithkin, Izzet Elementals, and Golgari Owls. However, as we talked yesterday, we also noticed that, of course, there is pretty clear Orzhov archetype, as well as Dimir, so Dimir Fairies, Orzhov Treefolks, Gruul Giants, something like, along these lines, but these 5 are like the main ones. So you can, use it as your navigation through this new limited set, limited format. Anyway, without any further ado, let's continue with the set review, and let's start with green. So the first card in green is called Assert Perfection. So for 2 mana, we have sorcery. Target creature you control gets +1/+0 until end of turn. It deals damage equal to its power to up to 1 target creature an opponent controls. Okay, this is your classic, I would say, removal in green. It's a sorcery speed, so there is like this upside to your usual bite that it gives +1 in power to your creature, but it is a sorcery. Anyway, great removal on green, of course. Next up is a mythic Aurora Awakener. For 7 mana, we have Giant Druid, 7/7 with Trample and Vivid. Vivid is a new mechanic, or to be honest, I don't remember this mechanic in the original LORWYN. But anyway, Vivid is the LORWYN Eclipse mechanic. I'm going to link the article here in chat, and of course down below you can find all the info regarding the LORWYN Eclipse pre-release. So yeah, anyway, when this creature enters, reveal cards from the top of your library until you reveal X permanent cards, where X is the number of colors among permanents you control. Put any number of those permanent cards onto the battlefield, then put the rest of the revealed cards on the bottom of your library in a random order. Oh my god. Listen, as always with rares and mythics, I don't think we can rate them on the same scale as we do commons and uncommons, right? Because we expect more from them. And of course, the question that I always ask, would you first pick it? I mean, yeah, like in a game of Planet, it's great, of course, like 7 mana, 7/7 Trample, Vivid. I mean, still like any permanent cards. So, it's just great, and especially if you can ramp out it, that would just be amazing. It's not elemental, but I mean, elemental is our Izzet archetype, but there are some ramping out options for those 4+ spells. But I'm curious to see if we do have something in green to ramp out. I think so. So anyway, yeah, definitely first pick. Great finisher for sure. Bloom Tender, another mythic. It is a reprint. 2 mana, 1/1 with Vivid. So tap for each color among permanents you control. Add 1 mana of that color. Amazing. This is great. It is mythic though. So, it is, of course, we'll see play in constructed. I mean, for limited, it's not as exciting, you know, in terms of rare mythics. But it is good, of course, I mean, for sure. But yeah, mostly constructed design. Great, very exciting. Next up, Blossom in Defense for 1 mana instant. Target creature you control gets +2/+2 and gains hexproof until end of turn. Nice. So it is like, I would say, I wanted to say like Snakeskin Veil. Well, yeah, it is like in this realm. It doesn't put a counter, but it pumps for 2. Yeah, it's a good combo trick. It's a combo trick though. You have to approach those. In that regard, you know, they should not be the priority, I would say, in drafting. But it's nice to have something like that for sure. If you have space, and also depending on your deck, I would say. Next up, Bristlebane Battler for 2 mana. We have Kithkin. It's a rare 6/6. Trample and Ward 2. This creature enters with 5 -1/-1 counters on it. So, for 2 mana, we get 1/1 creature initially. Whenever another creature you control enters, while this creature has a -1/-1 counter on it, remove a -1/-1 counter from this creature. Okay, fair enough, I would say. I'm curious, is there a way, is there like another way, additional synergy that you can remove counters from other permanents? I wonder. So again, just a reminder, I haven't seen the cards at all, so it is true and honest first impressions. I'm just guessing. And yeah, it's a rare. Would you first pick it? I mean, it's pretty easy to get it to 6/6, right? Especially in Selesnya colors, assuming you would have some token generation and whatnot, like creatures, or like put two tokens, something like that. It's pretty decent. Not like a bomb rare, but yeah, it's okay. And yeah, let's see if we do have some other synergy on these counters in these colors in particular, because this -1/-1 counter or blight, it is a Ragdos theme. Next up, Bristlebane Outrider. 4 mana. We have creature Kithkin, 3/5. This creature can be blocked by creatures with power 2 or less. Okay. And as long as another creature entered the battlefield under your control this turn, this creature gets +2/+0. It's pretty solid. I mean, yeah, like 5/5 for 4 mana, it would be probably too much to ask for, right? But I guess, yeah, it makes sense. And it can be blocked by small creatures. So yeah, it's a nice, like, solid body for this Selesnya Kithkin deck. Hello, Gav! Ooh, it's a Celestial Reunion for X and 1 green sorcery. As an additional cost to cast this spell, you may choose a creature type and behold 2 creatures of that type. And what does it do? Search your library for a creature card with mana value X or less, reveal it, put it into your hand, then shuffle. If this spell's additional cost was paid and the revealed card is the chosen type, put this card onto the battlefield instead of put it into your hand. Oh, this is amazing. Oh, this is nice. This is like almost nature's rhythm, right? Would you first pick it? I mean, it's nice to have something like that, for sure. Like, maybe, like, let's assume it is your pack 1, pick 1. I think it's fair to first pick it, and then, like, whatever creature, whatever solid creature, or whatever we need basically. Later on we can always find it, or it's like sort of serves as a second copy of it. Maybe like we would open like a Bummy Bomb next pack, and then like you have two of those. Does make sense? But then yeah, it like not necessarily you have to be in a typo sort of a situation, but I would assume that you like naturally would end up there. So I don't know, we'll have to see about that. Yeah, so far like hard to tell for sure, but you know, like it's just first impressions. Oh, let's go. Champions of the Perfect. 4 mana, Elf Warrior. It's a rare 6/6. And yeah, again, it's a part of the cycle where you have these rare creatures with additional cost to cast. So you have to hold an elf in this case and exile it. And whenever you cast a creature spell, draw a card. When this creature leaves the battlefield, return the exile card to its owner's hand. Yeah, this is great, of course. I mean, again, I talked about it yesterday. Like this whole cycle, these creatures, they require some deck building cost, but honestly, they're amazing. Like, I wouldn't mind to just first pick it and then trying to build around it. Chomping Changeling. For 3 mana, we have a shapeshifter creature 1/2. When this creature enters, destroy up to 1 target artifact or enchantment. I mean, yeah, being it a changeling, so meaning this card is every creature type, is going to be useful, of course. Add into the needed creature type count. I don't know how relevant it's going to be in this particular archetype. Oh, sorry, in this particular format. Maybe like a sideboard card mostly, because for 3 mana 1/2 is like not exciting. Crossroads Watcher. For 3 mana, we have Kithkin Ranger, 3/3 Trample. Whenever another creature you control enters, this creature gets +1/+0 until end of turn. I think we had a similar design previously. Where was it? Foundations? Yeah, I think it is pretty solid for that archetype. 3/3 for 3 Trample, and then, you know, yeah, pretty aggressive. I quite like it. I think it's a solid common. For the Kithkin deck, next up is Dawn's Light Archer. For 3 mana, we have Elf 4/2 with Flash and Reach. Well, honestly, like nothing special, I would say. It can be sneaky maybe against flyers, sure. You would also want to play it if you need that elf count, but other than that, yeah, it's like pretty mediocre. That's good for Pauper. Okay. Next up, Dunduline Weaver. For 2 mana, we have Kithkin 2/1. When this creature enters, if you control 3 or more creatures, return target permanent card from your graveyard to your hand. You know what? I like the design of this 2-drop. So first of all, it is Kithkin. So if you're in this type all perfect. I mean, if I have it in my opening hand, I like also wouldn't mind. It is just my 2-drop, whatever. It trades off, it attacks. And then this ability makes it useful like mid to late game, which is great, you know, because a lot of 2-drops, they're quite useless or like, well, yeah, underwhelming to draw in your late game. This one is actually good. Oh, and dun 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 dun, GAD, Formidable Speaker, 3 mana, Eldritch, 2/4. When this creature enters, you may discard a card. If you do, search your library for a creature card, reveal it, put it in your hand, then shuffle. And it has an activate ability for 1 and tap this creature and tap another target permanent. Like, easy first pick, so I think a lot of people are very excited about this card for Constructed. Yeah, it's great. Like, me personally, I can see it as a perfect fit for the Reanimator deck. Just, you know, I think that it's going to improve the curving out situation, the creature count situation. So like turn 3 this, then turn 4 Caveira or this Spider-Man. I'm sorry, I always forget this name, like in paper, and like boom. And for limited 2, honestly, it's great. So you discard a card. You may just ditch like a land and find a creature that you need and cast it later on. Like untap another permanent. Also useful thing in a game of limited. So also I want to talk how Golgari is an elf archetype and interacts with graveyard. So, you know, maybe you have this energy. So maybe it can work even better than just, you know, ditching your land and finding a creature. No, I like it. I like it a lot. Very, very solid, for sure. Both in limited and constructed, in my opinion. Next up, Guilt Leaves Embrace for 3 mana. Have enchantment aura with flash. Enchant creature. When this aura enters, enchanted creature gains trample and indestructible until the end of turn. Enchanted creature gets +2/+0. Again, this is a type of aura, basically works like a combat trick. So honestly, I have to approach it like that. 3 mana is quite a lot for a combat trick though, keep that in mind. But yeah, playable, like 23rd card, or like if you really need that, I don't know. Next up, Great Forest Druid. For 2 mana, we have Tree Folk 0/4. And for tap, you add 1 mana of any color. Okay, great. This is the type of mana dorks that we like, right? So it is a great wall, very defensive, and it gives you mana. Amazing. Stabilizes you, ramps you out. Perfect. Liminal Lusk. I was just, you know, too distracted by this art. So it's a creature, 4 mana, 2/4 elemental with Death Touch and Vivid. When this creature enters, you gain life equal to the number of colors among permanents you control. Alright, interesting. So, to be honest, I'm curious about like the whole Vivid situation. So I know there are a lot of hybrid mana and multicolor, so I'm looking forward to those, to seeing those. Maybe there is, I don't know, some sort of secret hidden archetype. Who knows? But just looking at it, it doesn't fit any of the defined archetypes, right? It is a very defensive creature, like 2/4 for 4 mana on its own. Very defensive. It has Death Touch. Life gain, yes, maybe nice at this stage of the game. I just looking at it, I do not see where it belongs. So yeah, I'm not a fan of it. I don't think it's good, at least in terms of synergy. Next up, Lana Dignitary. For 2 mana, we have Elf 2/3. As an additional cost to cast this spell, behold an elf or pay 2. And for tap, add 2 mana, activate only if there is an elf card in your graveyard. Okay, so this is also a cycle of creatures. And all of them are very, very solid, of course. I mean, the only thing about those is that you really like need to draft this typo deck, so you have to be heavy on elves in this particular case, and also this is not like your ramping situation. You can only add 2 mana if there is an elf card in your graveyard, so this one is quite like it needs some work. It needs some work, but honestly, like as a 2-drop, 2/3 on its own, pretty good. Yeah, definitely Golgari. So it just pushes you into this archetype. Like you have to be heavy on the elf count and on the graveyard interaction as well. Self-mill. Next up is Lysalanan format. 2 mana, elf, 3/1. When this creature enters or dies, surveil 1. Oh, it's the cat. It's the cat from... Was it New Capenna Foundations? Well, you got me, right? It is exactly that. Except for it's called differently and it's an elf now. Yeah, amazing. Great 2-drop. I like it. It is pretty aggressive, and then like honestly you don't mind training it off, so you just get value when you cast it and then when it dies. Perfect. And it also fits this whole graveyard fill-in situation perfectly. So Golgari Elves, yeah, amazing to drop for that. But honestly, like in any green deck I would play it. Midnight Tilling. For 2 mana instant, mill 4 cards, then you may return a permanent card from among them to your hand. Great. You would want to play that card if you're playing Golgari for sure. You return any permanent, so if you mill the land, if you need land, you take it back. Yeah, this is good. This is like, I like it a lot. This is like a great support card for the archetype Golgari. Next up, Mist Meadow Council, 5 mana, Kithkin Advisor, 4/3. This spell costs 1 less to cast if you control a Kithkin. So it costs like 4 mana instead of 5, right? When this creature enters, draw a card. Yeah, nice. Nice only in this, again, in this typo archetype. Otherwise, I don't think I would play it like for 5 mana, 4/3. I know that you're drawing a card, so it sort of pays for itself, right? In terms of card advantage. Yeah, that art is just sick. This Kithkin's brutal. They're looking very terrifying. I mean, again, if you're building a Kithkin deck, then for sure I would play it. Otherwise, probably not. Next up, Moon Vigil Adherence, 4 mana, elf, 0/0, trample. This creature enters. This creature gets +1/+1 for each creature you control and each creature card in your graveyard. Oh, this is pretty neat. The fact that you count creatures from the graveyard as well. Yeah, this is pretty neat. This can be like potentially a solid threat, considering it has trample. Yeah, pretty nice. The only like downside is the deck building cost, but then again, if you're in Golgari Elves, I think this is just, you know, the perfect fit for that. Otherwise, not so great. Morgan's Eyes, 2 mana, Kindred Enchantment, Elf. At the beginning of your upkeep, surveil 1, and it has an activate ability for 6 mana. Sacrifice this enchantment. Create X 2/2 black and green elf creature tokens, where X is the number of elf cards in your graveyard. Activate only as a sorcery. This is nice. Again, this is your like graveyard fill-in support. Yeah, I would play it in Golgari for sure. Also, like this activate ability is pretty neat. I think it's a nice support card for the archetype. And also, it is an elf count. It matters. I think it will matter. Sure. Next up, Mutable Explorer for 3 mana, rare, shapeshifter, 1/1. When this creature enters, create a tapped mutable token. Amazing, amazing. So yeah, like I was talking how I haven't read the spoiler, and this is true, but actually, I quickly ran through black and green cards on Monday specifically to look for new cards for Gilgari Urboroi deck and standard. And we were discussing this one in particular, actually, how maybe it can be a good fit. I don't know. Like with the cup, you know, it's pretty neat and standard. But honestly, like in limited, it's great. In limited, yeah, for sure. Like I would first pick it. Yeah, like basically you have a land like Moot Vault. Hello, great. So very nice. Yeah, and it's very cute. Shapeshifters are cute. Some of them are like a little bit creepy looking. This one is cute. Next up, Pitiless Fists. 4 mana, enchantment aura, enchant creature you control. When this aura enters, enchanted creature fights up to 1 target creature an opponent controls. Enchanted creature gets +2/+2. Alright, so this is another removal in green. It is a fight spell, but again, like as always with any fight spells, I guess you have to be careful. You have to be careful. Like ideally, just wait until your opponent taps out, or you know, so it doesn't blow out, doesn't blow out in your face. Oh, Prisma Basher. I saw this art before. Anyway, 6 mana, 6/6 creature, elemental, trample with vivid. When this creature enters, up to X target creatures you control get +X/+X until end turn, where X is the number of colors and permanents you control. Up to X target creatures. Oh, this honestly, this can be a great finisher. But yeah, I think like it's nice to play as a top hand for it, like for any green deck. Vivid, you know, like worst case scenario, you just pump for 1, but I would assume for 2. Like this, like the bottom line, sure. But then again, like all of the high rate manas and whatnot, the ceiling is pretty high. Prismatic Undercurrents, 4 mana enchantment with vivid. When this enchantment enters, search your library for up to X basic land cards, where X is the number of colors among permanents you control. Reveal those cards, put them into your hand, and shuffle. You may play an additional land on each of your turns. Oh man, now this is a weird. This can be very awkward because like let's assume you splash something, right? So you cast this. You need that land to cast your spell that you're splashing for, and I don't know, you look like you find 1. Well, if you're able to find 2 is great. To imagine just 1, it's just, I feel like this is very situational. And also 4 mana is a lot of mana for like for any stabilization. I know that you may play an additional land, but I don't know. I'm to be fair, the first looking at it, I'm quite skeptical. But I have to see all of the golden cards, all of the multicolored cards, to be honest. But first look at it, I would pass. What do you think? Next up, Pummeler for Hire, 5 mana, giant, 4/4 with vigilance and reach and ward 2. When this creature enters, you gain X life, where X is the greatest power among giants you control. Alright, yeah, so like basic line, like minimum line is that for 5 mana you get a 4/4 creature and gain 4 if you don't have any other giants. Pretty nice, honestly. I like the design of it. Vigilance, reach. Yeah, it's not like your 4/4 for 4 mana, but I mean still, yeah, it can stabilize you pretty nicely at this stage of the game by gaining life. Yeah, I quite like it. Next up, Safe Right Cavalry, 4 mana elf, 4/4. Now we're talking. Now we have our 4/4. This creature can be blocked by more than one creature. Let's go. And it has an activated ability for 5 mana. Target elf you control gets +2/+2 until end of turn. I mean, it's very solid. I like commons like this. This type of creatures, they just create like the base, the solid base of any green deck, I would say. It's a mana sinker too. Sure, why not? It's an elf. Yeah, I like it. Solid creature. All in all, like, honestly, in any green deck, I would play it, probably. Sapling Nursery. Oof. Whoopin', 8 mana. We have enchantment in a rare slot. Affinity for forests. Okay. So this spell costs 1 less to cast for each forest you control. It has a landfall ability. Okay, landfall is back here as well. Whenever a land you control enters, create a 3/4 green treefall creature token with reach. And also it has an activated ability for 2 mana. Exile this enchantment. Treefolk and forest you control gain indestructible until end of turn. Ooh, pretty nice. At the same time, I'm afraid that it's not going to be easy to actually trigger landfall once you cast it, because, like, realistically, when are you going to cast this? So turn 3, and honestly, like, you have to be heavy on forest. Like, how many forests do you need? And like, okay, so it costs like 8 mana. Let's say by turn 5, if you have 3 forests, then yeah, you can cast on turn 5, I guess. This is just like, this is probably the turn when I want to cast this. How realistic is that? I'm not sure. Like, it is a build around. Would you first pick it? Me personally, I would not. I think it just requires a lot in terms of deck building, forest, and all that landfall trigger activations to justify it. And then, yeah, I don't think that it's that impactful. I don't know. We have to see the lands. We have to see all that. But yeah, like, no, like, first impressions, I would pass on that. But interesting still. Ooh, next rare, Selfless Safe Right, 5 mana elf warrior, 4/2 with flash and convoke. When this creature enters, choose a creature type. Other permanents you control of that type gain hexproof and indestructible until end of turn. Yeah, affinity is nice, I agree. This creature, though, again, it feels like an underwhelming rare for limited. Wouldn't you agree? Like, it sort of serves as a protection spell for creatures. I don't know. I don't like it that much, you know, as a first pick in draft. I don't like it. I mean, I would play it if I get past this card, but I probably wouldn't first pick it. Shimmer Wild's Growth. 2 mana enchantment aura, enchant land. As this aura enters, choose a color. Enchanted land is the chosen color. Whenever enchanted land is tapped for mana, its controller adds an additional 1 mana of the chosen color. Amazing rampant spell. Sure, we like that. It's good. Okay, so we do have ramping and civilization in green, as we should. Spry and Mighty, 5 mana sorcery in a rare slot. Choose 2 creatures you control. You draw X cards, and the chosen creatures get +X/+X. and gain trample until end of turn, where X is the difference between the chosen creature's powers. Oh wow, so this is very interesting wording. Also, I love the art, like you have to choose a very small creature and a very big one, right? Because you want to have like a solid number, so this difference has to be, I don't know, 3+ ideally, or 3 is nice too. This is like card advantage and like finisher type of a deal, right? This is interesting. This is, I would first pick it. The only thing like that I'm thinking of drawbacks, you know. Drawbacks is that this card is situational. First of all, you have to have board presence. If you're playing from behind, it may not be great, so you cannot probably profit from that pumping trample situation. But yeah, it's a good card. It's a good card. My only concern is that if you're playing from behind, it may not be a great top deck for you. I don't know. Yeah, my only concern in that regard. Next time, Surely Feria. For 2 mana, we have Kitkin 2/2 with an activate ability for tap. Target creature you control gets +1/+1 and gains vigilance until end of turn. Activate only as a sorcery. Man, this sorcery speed, it like, it's quite disappointing, but you know what? It is your 2-drop. For a Kitkin deck, great. Great to maintain the Kitkin count. Also, this ability may be also useful, you know, like you cast it as your 2-drop. You don't really care about it. Like I personally wouldn't. You just trade it off, and if not, you know, you can activate the ability and then provide your other creatures with good attack. Why not? Next up is Tend the Sprigs. 3 mana sorcery. Search your library for a basic land card, put it on the battlefield, tap, then shuffle. Then, if you control 7 or more lands and or Treefolk, create a 3/4 green Treefolk creature token with reach. Okay, so this is like ramping / mana stabilization spell with upside, meaning that if you draw it like late game when you don't really need any like lands or ramping anymore, at least you get a creature. So this is nice, you know, because a lot of times, this for me, and I'm pretty sure if you play limited, if you build this multicolor deck, you have a lot of like spells like this, mana stabilization. Like you start drawing it late game when you don't need it anymore. It is very frustrating. It's like an empty top deck basically. Whereas this one, it's sort of not, like basically for 3 mana you get a creature. So this is nice. Next up, Thoughtweft Charge. For 2 mana, we have instant. Target creature gets +3/+3 until end of turn. If a creature entered the battlefield under your control this turn, draw a card. Okay. This is pretty nice, you know, like the drawing card situation is pretty neat. I don't know what they wanted to do with this design. Do they want to force us play it proactively to draw a card? I don't know, but I mean, you could. Yeah, but anyway, it's a combo trick again. Probably don't want to play more than one copy of that. Alright. Ooh, we now have our green transformative creature So this is also a cycle of these creatures. This one is called Tristan Callous Cultivator for 3 mana. We have a creature elf, 3/4 with Death Touch. Whenever this creature enters or transforms back into Tristan Callous Cultivator, because the thing is with this transformative creatures cycle is that you can transform them back and forth. Anyway, you mill 3 cards. Then, if there is an elf card in your graveyard, you gain 2 life. And at the beginning of your first main phase, you may pay 1 black mana if you do transform Tristan, and it transforms into Tristan Penitent color. Creature, same 3/4 Death Touch, except for whenever this creature transforms into Tristan Penitent color, mill 3 cards, then you may exile an elf card from your graveyard. If you do, each opponent loses 2 life. So it's like life gain, life drain situation. I would say that it is probably one of the least impactful of this cycle. That being said, I would first pick it for sure, then like try to build around it. This Golgari deck, this is quite useful for it, of course, because of the self-mill situation. But yeah, it's not like it's going to change the game drastically, I would say. I don't know. I mean, it's nice, yeah, for 3 mana gain, 2 life, mill something. It looks like a very solid support creature for the archetype, not like a game-winning situation, right? But I guess it's alright. Yes, yeah, still good. Probably just for that Golgari archetype, though. Unforgiven Aim. For 3 mana instant, it's a model card. You have to choose one. Destroy target creature with flying, or destroy target enchantment, or create a 2/2 black and green elf creature token. I think you would main deck it only if you need an elf count. Otherwise, I think it's just straight up a sideboard card. Commander material. Okay, I trust you on that because I don't play Commander. I don't know literally anything about it. Next up, Winebred Brawler, 3 mana elf, 4/2. This creature must be blocked if able. Whenever this creature attacks, another target elf you control gets +2/+1 until end of turn. So this one is aggressive. The problem is that it trades off with a 2-drop. And we don't like that. But if not, yeah, it is pretty aggressive. It triggers only if it attacks, though. I don't know. Like, I'm not a fan of this design, to be honest. Just because of the stats. But yeah. Next up, Virulent Mystery. For 1 mana, we have Elf, 1/1, Death Touch. Whenever another creature you control enters, you gain 1 life. Well, this is pretty sweet. So, it's an elf. And as any 1 mana, 1/1 Death Touchers, it is a pretty defensive creature. But I guess it's alright for this archetype. I would assume it is like a mid-range grindy archetype, so you're not going to go aggro with it. And yeah, I like it. The fact that you gain life is nice too. Yeah. Wildwine Pummeler, 7 mana giant, 6/5 with Vivid. So this spell costs 1 less to cast for each color amount permanent you control or each trample. Ooh, for 5 mana, I wouldn't mind. Honestly, for 5 mana, pretty neat. Yeah. Alright, so this is it with green. I'm going on a quick break and I'll be right back. And we continue with multicolored. And look, I'm back with Forza. Forza is here too. So, we shall continue with our LORWYN Eclipsed limited set review, first impressions. Now, we're moving on to multicolored. So this is our Azorius, Sign Past and Common, Deep Channel Duelist. So for 2 mana, 1 white and 1 blue, have Merfolk 2/2 at the beginning of your end step. Untap target Merfolk you control, other Merfolk you control get +1/+1. This is amazing. Your Merfolk Overlord, perfect. And just generally, like if you're building this Azorius Merfolk theme, there is a lot of synergy on tapping and untapping. Convoke is very synergetic too. Very nice, very good one. Ooh, it is our Azorius. What? Sign Past rare. Deep Way Navigator. 1 white and 1 blue. We have a creature 2/2 Merfolk with Flash. When this creature enters, untap each other Merfolk you control. As long as you attacked with 3 or more Merfolk this turn, Merfolk you control get +1/+0. For as long as you attacked with 3 or more. Oh wow. So if you meet this condition, then it stays like that for the rest of the game. Did I understand it correctly? So even if this creature is no longer in the battlefield, as long as you've met this condition, all of your Merfolks are +1/+0. Let me see if I can find that on Scribble or something, because usually they put all of the rulings down below. I cannot find it though. Mechanics, maybe usually mechanics, they have this extensive. No. Anyway, I mean, it's good. It just cannot be even better than it is. Of course, like baseline, or one way you can play out this card is like all of your Merfolks are tapped, and you can just sneakily untap them all in combat on your opponent's turn. This can be just devastating for your opponent. And also this one is pretty interesting. I have a feeling that, yeah, it just, it says Merfolk you control get +1/+0, not until later turn, not until this creature stays on the battlefield. So I think it's just going to stay like that. Wow. Alright, so I would first pick it, and then, just ghost town with Merfolks, I think. Try to build it. Eclipsed Marrow. Okay, so this is our first hybrid mana creature, I believe. So 3 mana, 3 hybrid mana, white and 4 blue. When this creature enters, it is Merfolk 2/3. Look at the top 4 cards of your library. You may reveal a Merfolk, Plains, or Island card from among them and put it into your hand. Put the rest on the bottom of your library in any random order. In a random order. Awesome. Awesome for this deck. Honestly. So hybrid manas, they, again, help you with Vivid, first of all. Then, like, not in this particular case, but for example, if you see like 1 hybrid mana or 2 hybrid manas in a mana cost, you may just count it as like 1 color. Like this can be like 3 white, let's say, or 3 blue. Well, not this particular card, because it is like very heavily linked to the archetype, of course, and also you want to benefit from it the best. And yeah, it's just straight up Azorius. For that archetype is good. Sure, value. Marrow, Sky Swimmer. So this is what I was talking about, this mana cost, for example. So this creature costs 5 mana, 3 and double hybrid black, white or blue. 2/2 with Convoke, Flying Vigilance. When this creature enters, create a 1/1 white and blue Merfolk creature token. Amazing. So again, what I was talking about, we do have a lot of synergy on tap and untap in this Azorius archetype. For example, there are creatures that trigger or have some sort of effect when you tap them, and by tapping, of course, first way to do that, to activate that ability, is to just by attacking, of course, because you're tapping a creature, but also, you know, you don't have to because you have Convoke. And this is amazing. This just gives so much flexibility to the archetype, and I love it. Honestly, I love it. And this one in particular, I think is going to be great. Like, you would want that Merfolk, you would want that common. It is common. You activate all those triggers. Amazing. 6 command. Ooh, it's a rare. For 3 mana, 1 white and 1 blue, kindred sorcerer Merfolk. Choose 2. Create a token that's a copy of target Merfolk you control. Creatures target player controls gain lifelink until end turn. Okay. Target player draws a card. Good. Tap target creature, put a stun counter on it. Alright, so I would assume you would always choose this one. Target player draws a card, right? Because who wouldn't want to draw a card, right? But if I'm being serious, this is definitely a useful spell, of course. Like, it's in a rare slot. Again, all of the wordings and, you know, it just tied to that archetype, so you have to be there. I guess it's okay. Like, already from what I saw, I like this archetype. I'm looking forward to drafting it. So yeah, like, honestly, I wouldn't mind first picking it and then just building around it. Again, as I said yesterday, I think this is going to be a very beginner-friendly limited format, just because, let's say you open this. Okay, you have your direction. You just draft Merfolks, right? For example. And it's not like in recent set there are like very bad cards, there are unplayable cards. No, I think for the past, what? Like at least 5 years, all of the limited sets, they were designed in a way that you could play pretty much any card, except for maybe some rares and mythics that are strictly constructed design. So yeah, like, let's say you're a beginner, you're just getting started, you have this in your draft or in your silhouette, and well, it's easy to navigate. That's what I mean. All right, next up, we're moving on to Dimir. Deceit, 6 mana. And it's a part of the cycle of elementals with Evoke. So, 6 mana, 4 and double hybrid mana, blue or black. Blue and or black. Creature elemental, incarnation, 5/5. So it's an elemental. We can count it as like as just a blue creature if we're playing elemental. So, you know, that is the beauty of this hybrid mana. But anyway, what does it do? When this creature enters, if double blue was spent to cast it, return up to 1 other target non-land permanent to its owner's hand. When this creature enters, if double black was spent to cast it, target opponent reveals their hand, you choose a non-land card from it, that player discards that card. And of course, evoke, you may just pay this evoke cost, meaning that when you cast it, hold on, I have to just double check. Evoke. Right, if you choose to cast a spell for its evoke cost, an ability triggers when it enters, forcing you to sacrifice it, so it goes to your graveyard. would say that you would probably want to spend double blue. This is pretty, like, you bounce any normal permanent to its owner's hand, so you can bounce something of your own if you need to, but, like, you know, you can use it for double blue just as a tempo play. But ideally, I honestly, I can see it in this elemental deck, because, see, the mana cost, it kind of fits perfectly this elemental, is it elemental strategy. I like it. I would first pick it. But, you know, it's a mythic though. Like, for limited, the black side, I would say that it's not that relevant. Although maybe useful too. Just depends. Oh, that's a good question actually. About cover trigger, how it's going to resolve. I don't know, I'm not a judge, but yeah, definitely a good question to ask your local judge during parallels, for example. Good opportunity. Dream Harvest, sorcery for 7 mana, 5, and Devil Hybrid again, blue and or black. It's a rare. Each opponent exiles cards from the top of the library until they have exiled cards with total mana value 5 or greater this way. Until end of turn, you may cast cards exiled this way without paying their mana cost. Oh wow, so this is like a win con in limited. You can just mill your opponent. Yeah, this is like a card advantage slash win con basically for you if you're in these colors, but like steep 7 mana though. Would you first pick it? I don't know if I'm feeling that comfortable of first picking a 7 mana spell, but maybe it's okay for this particular format. Also, not sure about this color combination. I don't know, let's say I see it in my first pack, pack 1, pick 1. I think I would, but probably try to build Izzet rather than Dimir actually. So this is it elementals. And this art, look at this art. Ugh. Next up, Mischievous Sneakly for 2 mana, 1 and 1 hybrid, blue black, 2/2 shapeshifter with flash. Just, you know, as simple as that. Yeah, this is going to be very useful. It's your 2-drop to, like, yeah, any blue and any black deck. nice tricky 2-drop, you know. Voracious Tome Skimmer for 3 hybrid mana, blue and or black. We have Fairy 2/3 with flying. Whenever you cast a spell during an opponent's turn, you may pay 1 life. If you do, draw a card. Yeah, sure, I guess. Yeah. I guess if I'm in this colors, I would love to play this, for sure. But the mana cost, you know, the hybrid mana cost like this, it just puts you in this color combination. It's not like you can be in EZ or in Azorius or whatever, you know what I mean? So for 3 blue or 3 black, like this kind of mana cost is just not realistic for the early game. So you have to be in dimmer color combination if you want to play it. But okay, interesting design, you know? Alright, we are moving on to Ragdas, and this is... I believe it is the Signpost in common. Bogart Curse Crafter for 2 mana. Black and red, 2/3 goblin, death touch. Whenever another goblin you control dies, this creature deals 1 damage to each opponent. Alright, I haven't seen any sacrifice enabler, so I don't think that there is a sacrifice synergy. We'll have to see what's up next, but I haven't seen any of those in black or red actually. So we do have only Blight, or just, you know, like natural trading. I don't know. Next up, Chaos Spewer for 3 mana, 2 and 1 hybrid, black and or red. We have Goblin 5/4. When this creature enters, you may pay 2. If you don't, Blight 2. Oh, this is very aggro, right? So if you don't have any other creatures to put those -2/-2 counters, the borderline is that for 3 mana you get what, 3/2 creature, which is like quite mediocre, right? I guess you want to have profit from that, like putting counters on some other creature. Yeah, you have to work on a synergy, because like for 3/2 for 3 is not very exciting, right? Eclipsed Boggart. Okay, another Ragdas creature, because it costs 3 hybrid mana, 2/3 goblin. When this creature enters, look at the top 4 cards of your library. You may reveal a goblin, swamp, or mountain card from among them and put it onto your hand, with the rest on the bottom of your library in a random order. Okay, so I love this cycle. I love the cycle of creatures. These are like, don't mess with me, I'm a Ragdas creature. So yeah, great for this deck, of course. It's your goblin type valid creature. Next up, Grab's Command. 5 mana, 3, 1 black and 1 red. Kindred Sorcerer Goblin. It's a rare. Choose 2. Create a token that's a copy of target goblin you control. Creatures target player controls get +1/+1 and gain haste until end of turn. Destroy target artifact or creature. Ooh. Target player mills 5 cards, then puts each goblin card milled this way into their hand. Nice. Okay. So again, as with that Merfolk command, there is one mode that you would probably always employ. Here it is, just destroy target creature, I would assume, and the rest, yeah, depending on the situation. all right, pretty neat. Next up, Shadow Urchin, 3 mana. It's rare. Oof. It's an oof. 3/4. Whenever this creature attacks, Blight 1. Whenever a creature you control with 1 or more counters on it dies, exile that many cards from the top of your library. Until your next end step, you may play those cards. Okay, so this is like this payoff again for creatures dying, for those Blight, you know, justifying playing the Blight creatures, or this effects rather. Huh. I mean, yeah. Would you first pick it? To be honest, I don't know how strong this Blight archetype is going to be. I feel like from what I get, like the picture that I have in my head so far, because I haven't seen the rest of the cards. So Merfolk is an easy archetype. Kithkin is an easy archetype. You know, it is pretty straightforward. Goblins, however, it looks like it requires more work for this blight synergy to really work in your favor. I may be wrong, but I don't know. From what I see, I don't know. I'm a little bit confused, to be honest. Like, I don't have that picture in my head regarding Ragdas as of yet. We have to play to see, and of course, today is the day. Today, streamer event / early access on Magic Arena is happening. So tune in on Twitch to watch all of your favorite streamers playing with new cards, both in constructed and in limited. I'm going to go live tomorrow with limited, so we're going to play sealed and draft. All right, next up is Gangly Stompling for 3 mana, 2 and 1 hybrid, red and or green. We have Shapeshifter 4/2 with Trample. It's like, yeah, it's okay. It's like a filler situation, I think. So yeah, except for that 2-drop. You know, 2-drop, you always need 2 drops. For 3 drops like that, like, you expect a little bit more from them. The fact that it has tramples maybe makes it a little bit better, but you know, I'm not a fan of like 3 drops that trade off as easily with your 2 drops as this does, just because of the toughness too. But anyway, yeah. Next up is Noggle Robber. 3 mana, 1 and double hybrid mana, red and or green. We have a creature 3/3. When this creature enters or dies, create a treasure token. So this is nice. This is useful. Okay. Not really synergetic, right? Well, at least it's not a typal creature. So there is that. So for example, this one, it is just, you know, heavily invested in that particular archetype, and just like there is no way out of it. You're going to play this card in Ragdas Goblins and nowhere else. Whereas probably this like hints to that there is this multicolored, maybe like vivid archetype. So that is not linked to any typal or like any typal archetype. Raiding Schemes, 5 mana, enchantment, 3, 1 red and 1 green. It's a rare. Each non-creature spell you cast has Conspire. What does it mean? As you cast a non-creature spell, you may tap 2 untapped creatures you control that share a color with it. When you do, copy it, and you may choose new targets for the copy. A copy of a permanent spell becomes a token. LORWYN, what are you doing? So, like, what does it mean? What does it mean in terms of deck building, and where do we want to end up with it? I don't get it, honestly. Just, you know, again, first impression. What? First of all, it's not like non-creature traditionally. Like when you think of non-creature spells, you think first Izzet, then maybe Dimir. Here it is Gruul. And then, like, at what stage of the game would I want to cast this, you know? My problem with something like that for limited is that, like, you invest a lot of mana, you tap out for a turn, and it does not affect the board. I don't think it's for limited. I think it is straight up constructed design, but 5 mana is a lot of mana, so I don't know about that. Honestly, if I'm missing something, if I If I don't get it, please let me know in the comments. I would love to know your opinion on that. Next up is Vibrance. It's another evoke creature elemental. Mythic, 5 mana, 3 and double hybrid mana, red and or green, 4/4. When this creature enters, if double red was spent to cast it, this creature deals 3 damage to any target. Amazing. When this creature enters, if double green was spent to cast it, search your library for a land card, reveal it, put it in your hand, then shuffle, you gain 2 life. Oh, this is so great. This is just amazing. So this is your mana stabilization or your removal spell. I love it. So yeah, I guess you would want to play in this color combination in red green to just, you know, benefit from it on its fullest. But at the same time, not necessarily. You can just, yeah, play it, for example, in Golgari. So you just evoke it for double green, let's say, and then maybe you can bring it back. Replay it in Izzet, like in your elemental deck. I love it. It's a good one. Ooh, we are moving on to Selesnya, Brigade's Command. For 3 mana, 1/1, green and 1 white, we have Kindred Sorcery, Kithkin. Choose to create a token that's a copy of target Kithkin you control. So we've seen it, it's a cycle. Target player creates a 1/1 green and white Kithkin creature token. Target creature control gets +3/+3 until end of turn. And the last one, target creature control fights target creature and opponent controls. Oh, Mangu! Hello, hello! Oh my god! Thank you so much! Thank you so much for your support. Thank you, thank you. Appreciate it a lot. Hello, hello, Raiders! Today, we have a special stream. It's like a chilled, talking all the new cards kind of a deal. So every time the new set of Magic the Gathering comes out, I do this first impressions / limited set review of the upcoming set. And yeah, today is the part 2 where I read the card and we're just talk through those cards, whether they're good or bad for the limited set, for the limited gameplay, meaning like draft and seal. But we can also touch on standard maybe, because I'm pretty sure that LORWYN is going to be quite impactful for standard as well. So hello Quert22, thank you so much for your follow. And yeah, Mango, thank you so much for the raid, appreciate it a lot. So yeah, that's what we do today. And again, if you're new to my channel, hello, my name is Maria. I stream anything competitive, as I like to say, both on Magic Arena and on Magic Online, mostly on Arena though. And recently I play mostly standard, but literally, like, if I'm preparing for some sort of tournament, I would play this format. You can also check my YouTube channel. I upload my VODs over there. But today and like this week is pretty special. So again, if you don't know, tonight on European time, the early access streamer event is starting on Magic Arena. So tune in to watch all of your favorite streamers, and me included, to play with all my new cards. But I'm going to go live tomorrow, actually starting at 11:30 Central European time. And we are going to play Draft and Sealed using all these cards. Hence, you know, I'm reviewing the cards and we're talking through them. So here we are. Thank you for sticking with me. Brigade's Command, you know, yeah, again, as I said before, this set is going to be pretty heavily tied with the creature type. So we do have this typal archetype. So Kithkin, yeah, here it is. Like, you see it in your pack 1 you first pick it and you just try to build around it. You just try to build this Kitkin deck, right? Some cards are pretty straightforward, you know, there's just like, there is nothing else to it. It's just, yeah, it's good in this particular archetype. And yeah, here you have it. That's why I said that this is going to be quite a beginner-friendly limited format. That it's just, you know, it's so straightforward in that sense. Next up, Eclipsed Kitkin for 2 hybrid mana, green and or white. We have a creature 2/1 Kitkin. When this creature enters, look at the top 4 cards of your library. You may reveal a Kitkin, force, or Planets card from among them and put it in your hand. Put the rest on the bottom of your library in a random order. So, okay, I guess this is also a creature of this cycles, which, you know, double hybrid is better than triple hybrid mana, but still, you would only play it in your Kitkin deck, right? Then it's just, yeah, it makes it perfect to draw for the deck. Ooh, Figure of Fable. Oh, let's go. Who remembers? Who played the OG LORWYN? I wonder. Just, yeah, comment down below. Or in chat, if you're watching right now. Because why I'm saying that, I'm going to upload this VOD on my YouTube channel. Actually, you can check out part 1 of this limited set review on my YouTube channel already. I'm going to link it as well. So we're this is a rare. So for 1 mana, we get a 1/1 creature. It is a hybrid mana. For 1 hybrid, this creature becomes a Kitkin Scout with base power and toughness 2/3. So all these activate abilities, you may activate them on an instant speed, which is great. For 3 mana, if this creature is a Scout, it becomes a Kitkin Soldier with base power and toughness 4/5. And for 6 mana, if this creature is a soldier, it becomes a Kitkin Avatar with base power, toughness 7/8, and protection from each of your opponents. So, yeah. This is just, you know, like this whole design is a true tribute to the OG LORWYN. I would first pick it. Yeah. And then try and build Kitkins. Okay, this is the Signpost and Common of Selesnya Thought Weft Lieutenant for 2 mana, 1 green and 1 white. Kitkin Soldier 2/2. Whenever this creature or another Kitkin you control enters, target creature you control gets +1/+1 and gains trample until end of turn. Blame Orion, thank you so much for your follow. Thank you, thank you. Yeah, as always, this Signposts and Commons, they're good. They kind of tell you what to expect from the archetype, hence Signposts and Commons. That's why they called it like that. And yeah, of course, if you're in Kitkins, sure, great. And it does what any lieutenant would do. Just put counters on those Kitkins. Next up, Wary Farmer for 3 mana, 1 and double hybrid, green and or white Kitkin 3/3. At the beginning of your end step, if another creature entered the battlefield under your control this turn, surveil 1. I mean, the effect is like nothing special, to be honest. I guess if you are in a particular archetype, so you would probably want to stick to this color combination. But again, we have to see other multicolored cards. It looks like a filler to me, to be honest. And it's probably what it is, actually. Alright, we are moving on to Orjov, Abigail, Eloquent First Year. Double hybrid mana, white and or black. We have a creature 1/1. In a rare slot, it has a flying, first strike, and lifelink. When Abigail enters, up to one other target creature loses all abilities. Put a flying counter, a first strike counter, and a life-healing counter on that creature. What? What the heck? Well, I guess it's nice if the creature doesn't have any useful ability, or, for example, I don't know, if like you have a creature that had some sort of ETB ability, so it doesn't serve you any longer, but it is still like a body on the battlefield, then it's nice to have all of these counters on it, right? Yeah, interesting design though. I would assume that Orzhov, at least from what I can tell, it probably have this counter synergy, not necessarily -1/-1 counters, as Regdus does, but there's probably more to it. Interesting. I don't know. Would you first pick it? It's a little bit underwhelming, right? Do we have Mahai in this set? Or are you talking about constructed options? Ooh, Emptiness. Another elemental in the cycle of creatures with evoke. 6 mana, 4 and double hybrid, white and or black. Elemental 3/5. When this creature enters, if double white was spent to cast it, return target creature card with mana value 3 or less from your graveyard to the battlefield. When this creature enters, if double black was spent to cast it, put 3 -1/-1 counters on up to one target creature. Nice. I mean, I'm pretty sure the cycle, the whole cycle is great, of course. Maybe some better than the others, but it's just going to depend on the format, honestly, but I love it. Also, like, this backdrop is exactly it. Prideful Feastling, for 3 mana, 2 and 1 hybrid, white and or black, shapeshifter, 2/3, just, you know, just creature with lifelink. It's also like a sort of cycle of these changelings in a different color combination, so it can fit, you know, like a white deck, for example, would be in a changeling. It can fit like honestly any white deck. Same goes to any black deck. Pretty neat. Ooh, Reaping Willow. We have a creature with a 4 that costs a 4, 1 and triple hybrid mana, white and or black. So meaning that there is no way out of it. You have to be in Orzhov. 3 Volk, 3/6 with lifelink. This creature enters with 2 -1/-1 counters on it. And for 2 mana, remove 2 counters from this creature. Return target creature card with mana value 3 or less from your graveyard to the battlefield. Activate only as a sorcery. Alright, so again, Orzhov, you know, like creatures like this, it's a great damper for those blight counters, right? And like you can remove the counters, bring something back. Pretty nice, yeah. Has lifelink, so defensive, so it just stays on blocks, and then like you either damp counters on it, then activate this ability. Yeah. Stevie Stone live 3 live. Stevie Stone live. Thank you so much for following. I hope I'm pronouncing it correctly. And Ladoja or Ladoja, thank you so much for follow. Apologies if I'm mispronouncing your names, but I truly appreciate the support. Thank you. Yeah. Orzhov actually, like in terms of this -1/-1 counters and the blight mechanic, Orzhov actually makes more sense to me than Regdus, surprisingly. At least, you know, I can have a picture in my head. Wow, from Quebec, let's go! It's the early afternoon in Germany, where I'm from. All right, moving on to Izzet, Ashling's Command. 5 mana, 3/1 blue and 1 red. We have Kindred Instant Elemental. It's a part of this Kindred spells, Kindred command, so it is elemental, of course. It's a rare. Choose to create a token that's a copy of target elemental you control. Target player draws 2 cards. Ashling's Command deals 2 damage to each creature target player controls. Target player creates 2 treasure tokens. I mean, as always with these commands, they are, you know, pretty straightforward. They are just related to the chosen archetype, and this is it. It's not like a spell that you, I don't know, can splash somewhere. You like have to stick to this type of archetype, then it's going to be great. Next up, Eclipsed Flamekin for 3 mana, 1 and double hybrid, blue and or red. Elemental 1/4. When this creature enters, look at the top 4 cards of your library. You may reveal an elemental, island, or mountain card from among them and put it into your hand, and the rest on the bottom of your library. Again, this is like a creature of the cycle, but excuse me, why do elementals have a better mana cost? Like the rest, they have triple triple hybrid, whereas here it's just double. I mean, on the Githkin has double as well, but it's a 2-drop. Now, of course, it's going to be good in elementals. Next up, Flaring Cinder for 3 mana, 1 and again double hybrid. We do have elemental 3/2. When this creature enters, and whenever you cast a spell with mana value 4 or greater, you may discard a card. If you do, draw a card. Yeah, not the most exciting payoff for those expensive spells, but it's okay. It adds to the elemental count, but I think, like, in my opinion, it also looks like more of a filler, you know? Yeah, a lot of hybrid mana, but it all makes sense because we do have this vivid mechanic. Sonar, innovative, first year. Look at this little goblin. 4 mana, 2 and double hybrid, blue and or red. And interestingly enough, it's not an elemental, it's a goblin. And goblins are in Ragdos colors. But anyway, here we have it. Perfect example, since I just talked about Vivid, or just mentioned Vivid. So it's a creature 2/4 with Vivid, and what does it mean? At the beginning of your first main phase, reveal cards from the top of your library until you reveal X non-land cards, where X is the number of colors among permanents you control. So already baseline 2, because this creature already has 2 colors. Even if you cast it just for double red, let's say, or double blue. So for each of those colors, you may exile a card of that color from among the revealed cards, then shuffle. You may cast the exile cards this turn. Beginning of your first main phase, so meaning that it's going to work just on your next turn, starting from your next turn. To be honest, from what I saw so far, I agree. Vivid seems kind of underpowered, or, you know, I still like have this thought in my head that maybe there is this like hidden secret archetype just on Vivid, you know, that you just built a crazy multicolored deck just on Vivid payoffs, but I don't know, I'm not sure that it's true. Twin Flame Travelers, 4 mana, 2, 1 blue and 1 red, elemental, 3/3, and it has actually signpost uncommon flying. If a triggered ability of another elemental you control triggers, it triggers an additional time. All right. Well, it is like a 4 mana spell, and is it all about payoffs on those 4+ mana spells. Yeah, again, it's just a build around, but as with any sign posts and comments, you know, they are going to be great in this particular archetype, hence they are called that. But interesting. Yeah, coming back to Vivid, I quite agree, to be honest. I quite agree. I haven't seen like a very strong Vivid payoff just yet. Okay, let's move on to Golgari, Eclipsed Elf. And it's a triple hybrid. Black and or green Elf Scout 3/2. When this creature enters, look at the top 4 cards of the library. You may reveal an Elf Swamp or Forest card from among them and put it in your hand, the rest on the bottom. Again, this creature is from this cycle, so it just, you know, again, straight up for this Golgari Elves archetype, and like, that's it. Ooh, High Perfect Morkan, 4 mana, 2/1 black and 1 green elf, 4/4. It's a rare. Whenever a High Perfect Morkan or another elf you control enters, each opponent blights 1. Tap 3 untapped elves you control, proliferate. Activate only as a sorcery. I mean, I would first pick it, yes. My only problem is that sometimes your opponent may even benefit from this ability, you know? Because when you blight something, like this ability, it does not target, so you can choose on which creature to put counters on. Same goes to your opponent, of course. But okay, pretty interesting. Also, like this ability proliferates, so maybe you can kill a creature. I don't know. But yeah, interesting design. Also the art. Look at her. Next up, LORWYN Imperfect Naturalist. It's a rare. Double hybrid. Black and or green, 1/3. It's an elf. When it enters, mill 4 cards. Then you may put a creature or land card from among the mill cards on top of the library. And for 5 mana and tap, discard a land card. Create a 1/1 black and green worm creature token for each land card in your graveyard. This is, you know, this is kind of perfect for this particular archetype. And in limited, you wouldn't want to play it. You wouldn't want to play it anywhere else. I would first pick it and yeah, and then try and build around it. As a rare on its own, it is quite underwhelming for a game of limited, but regardless, it is a very useful one for this archetype. And this one is the Signpost and Common, Golgari's Signpost and Common, Morkan's Loyalist for 3 mana, 1/1 black and green elf, 3/2. Other elves you control get +1/+1. When this creature dies, return another target elf card from your graveyard to your hand. So, elf card, look at this wording carefully. We do have some kindred spells like enchantments or sorceries, so if it happens to be in your graveyard, you can bring it back with that. So this is pretty nice. I love this creature. It's like an elf overlord with a nice ability. Next up is Stoic Groove Guide, 5 mana, 4 and 1 hybrid, black and or green elf, 5/4 with an activated ability for 2. Exile this card from your graveyard. Create a 2/2 black and green elf creature token. Activate only as a sorcery. Also pretty nice, you know. It's like sort of a top end for your deck, but then if you mill it, then you can use this ability. So like both ways. I love the design of this card because just this archetype perfectly. Yeah, very nice. Like if I'm playing Golgari, I would love to pick, I don't know, at least 2 of those. If I do have a lot of self-mill action, this is just very nice. Alright, and finally Golgari's Command, Tristan's Command, for 6 mana, 4 and 1 black, 1 green. We have Kindred Sorcerer Elf. So here we have it. Select Elf card. Choose 2. Create a token that's a copy of target elf you control. Return 1 or 2 target permanent cards from your graveyard to your hand. destroy target creature or enchantment, and all creature target players controls get +3/+3 until end turn. Untap them. Why not trample? For 6 mana, you would expect trample. Come on. But anyways. Alright, and now to Boros, actually. Why haven't I thought of Boros? Like, interesting. Anyways. It's a rare. Oh, Boros Giants. It's a Gruul Giants. No? Bree or Bray of Clan Stoutarm. 4 mana, 2/1 red and 1 white. We have a creature 4/4. Oof, there's a lot of text. So it has an activate ability for 2 mana and tap. Another target creature you control gains flying and lifelink until end of turn. Well, this is nice. So yeah, it's not conditioned by like sorcery speed. Pretty nice. And also at the beginning of your end step, if you gained life this turn, exile cards from the top of your library until you exile a non-land card. You may cast that card without paying its mana cost if the spell's mana value is less than or equal to the amount of life you gain this turn. Otherwise, put it in your hand. Oh, sorry. I think just ruined my voice from talking non-stop yesterday and today. Apologies. Okay, so now it kind of makes sense. So of your end step, so you have to like activate it on your turn, right, to make it work, to gain value out of it. Oh, thank you. I mean, coming back to our official archetypes, here they are. Merfolk, Goblins, Kitkin, Elementals, Owls. We saw, apart from those, there are fairies, there are tree folks, there are giants, and where do we put them? Oh, of course, of course. The archetypes. Here it is, and I'm going to link the Pearly's guide as well. It's from the Pearly's guide. Here you have it. I mean, yeah, I would first pick it, but to be honest, I don't know where, like, I don't have a picture of Boros in my head. Let's continue. Maybe I will after reading all the cards. Catharsis, 6 mana, 4 and double hybrid, red and or white elemental incarnation. It is part of the cycle with evoke. 3/4. When this creature enters, if double white was spent to cast it, create 2/1/1 green and white Kithkin creature tokens. Okay. And when this creature enters, if double red was spent to cast it, creatures you control get +1/+1 and gain haste until end of turn. I mean, again, I think all of the creatures from the cycle are great. And you can use them in a various different decks, to be honest. The hybrid mana is very flexible in that sense. Evoke cost is great too, so yeah, I like it. Next up, Feisty Spikeling. 2 mana, 1 and 1 hybrid, red and or white, shapeshifter, 2/1. During your turn, this creature has first strike. It's okay. Again, changeling makes it pretty good, pretty flexible, kind of universal, you know, in any red and any white deck. Just your, yeah, 2-drop, basic 2-drop. Hovel Hurler, 5 mana, 3 and double hybrid, red and or white giant, 6/7. This creature enters with 2 -1/-1 counters on it. And it has an active ability for double hybrid. Remove a counter from this creature. Another target creature control gets +1/+0 and gains flying until end of turn. I don't know, sorcery. I love the flavor. So it just, you know, launches whatever creature you have. Yeah, exactly. 6/7. Was it on purpose? Oh my god, this is kind of crazy. So, all right, for 5 mana initially we get a what 4/5 creature actually, and then yes, of course you can remove counters. So again, based on the counter synergy, it can fit perfectly the Orzhov deck, for example, you know, being it another Blight counters dumper. And the ability is pretty neat too. I like it. I don't know, how about red though? Maybe actually this Boros archetype is also somewhere in between this counter interaction, but of course being it Boros, it's more aggressive than Orzhov. Next up is Kirill, attentive first year. So it's a rare. Oh, it's a vampire. Is it the only vampire from this set? What are you doing in LORWYN, bud? So anyways, for 3 mana, 1 and a double hybrid, red and or white, we have a creature 3/3. Again, in a rare slot. What does it do? Tap 2 untapped creatures you control. Copy target triggered ability you control. Merfolks. You may choose new targets for the copy. Activate only once each turn. Oh, this is nice. Honestly, this is like the Merfolk's best friend. I don't know about Boros, but yeah, like tapping and triggering because of that. It's the Merfolk's theme. Okay, would you first pick it? Like, it is like a build around too, right? Next up is Chitinous. How do you even pronounce it? I'm sorry. Grassplane. 4 mana, 3 and 1 hybrid, green and or blue shapeshifter, 3/2 with reach. Again, pretty universal. Like fits both green and blue. Blue elementals, but I don't know. It's just a creature is nothing special. You know, it's just 3/4 body reach. Yeah, I like a filler. But you know what? I quite like that we do have these creatures that help you with the particular creature type count. Yeah, this probably has more constructive potential. In limited, I can only see it in Merfolk, so I know, at least, again, first impression. Next up is Blister Bairn. This is cute. So, 5 mana, 2 and Whoopin, triple hybrid mana. We have creature Oof. 1/4 with Vivid. At the beginning of combat on your turn, another target creature you control gets +X/+X until end of turn, where X is the number of colors among permanents you control. Why? Why Vivid? It looks so underwhelming. I don't know, like on paper it looks just ugh. But what if it's actually good? Well, we'll have to find out. We're going to find out tomorrow. Yeah, I need to see it to believe it. I need to play it to believe it. Right now it's just, I don't know. Like the mana cost is just horrendous. The stats too. So like the baseline +2/+2. I don't know. I don't know. I don't like it. Cam, Mindful first year for 2 mana. Oh, Gorgon now. Listen. Are those guys from Strixhaven? Now I'm starting realizing that. Aren't those from Circus Heaven? What are they doing in LORWYN? I need to read the lore. I need to read the lore now. Anyway. Tem Mindful first here for 2 mana 1 and 1 hybrid green and or blue. Have Gorgon 2/2 in a rare slot. Each other creature you control has hexproof from each of its colors. And for tap, target creature control becomes all colors until end of turn. Oh, nice. So basically, has protection. Yeah, pretty sweet. I mean, cute design. Not really synergetic with anything else, but I guess it was still first picket, right? It's useful. But it's, yeah, for rare, it's kind of underwhelming. Maybe quite annoying, you know? The ability may be quite annoying, though. So, quite annoying for your opponent, of course. Ooh, Wistfulness. It is probably the last creature of this cycle of this Evoke Elementals. So, for 5 mana, 3 and double hybrid. Green and or blue have a creature elemental 6/5. When this creature enters, if double green was spent to cast it, exile target artifact or enchantment an opponent controls. When this creature enters, if double blue was spent to cast it, draw 2 cards, then discard a card. Nice. I think we would see this cycle being played in standard. I have a feeling. Alright, Doran. Oh! Who remembers the OG Doran? Alright, we are moving on to the multicolored, to the true multicolored, triple colored area now. So the first card is Doran, Besieged by Time. 4 mana, 1/1 white, 1 black, and 1 green. We have a creature Treefolk 0/5 in a rare slot. Each creature spell you cast with toughness greater than its power costs 1 less to cast. Whenever a creature you control attacks or blocks, it gets +X until end of turn, where X is the difference between its power and toughness. Yeah, pretty sweet. Pretty sweet. I don't know, to be honest, how to rate all of these multicolored spells, because it's a little bit confusing. Some of the cards, they are just, you know, very specific to a certain archetype. Like, listen, this is it. You're playing Merfolk, you're playing like only these 2 colors. And then I would say we have this like a gray area, more like a flexible one. I mean, like on its own it's pretty neat, like, but where does it fit? Maybe like Orzhov, right? Orzhov with the green splash, I'm sorry. Because if we consider like a green, black, it is probably straight up the elves territory. I don't know if tree folks are welcome there. If I can play that, but with your first pick it, you know? It is still kind of a build around. The mana cost is difficult. I know that the effect is pretty punchy. I don't know. What do we think about this one? What do we think about this triple colors? It's hard to rate them, to be honest. Like individually, but mostly as a part of the set. So like, I'm trying to have this big picture, and I don't know. Let's move on. Next up, Marellen, Fey Ascendant, 5 mana, 2, 1 black, 1 green, and 1 blue, so Sultai colors. We have a creature Elf Fairy, 4/5 with flying. Whenever it or another elf or fairy you control enters, exile the top 2 cards of target opponent's library. Once each turn, you may cast a spell with mana value less than or equal to the number of elves and fairies you control from among cards exiled with Marlin this turn without paying its mana cost. Of target bonus library. I don't know. Let me read it again. Dang it. It's just this wording. So you exile top 2 cards of target opponent's library. You may cast a spell, so you cannot like make land drops. Number of elves. So to make it work, you need to have a lot of elves, or no, how many? Like realistic at this stage of the game to profit from it. Oh, I'm very skeptical, to be honest. I don't know. It feels like a lot of work. I don't know. Oh, was that all? Hold on. Was that all? Are there only 2 the truly multicolored cards? What? Those are only 2? Really? Huh. Okay. Then I guess we are moving on. Let's move on to colorless, right? And first one is Changeling Wayfinder, 3 mana. It's a shapeshifter, 1/2. When this creature enters, you may search your library for a basic land card, reveal it to your hand, then shuffle. Amazing. I love it. Love creatures like that. And being it a shapeshifter, just, you know, cherry on top. So before we saw like not reflect creatures, in a changeling, just, yeah, makes it perfect for any deck if you need mana stabilization. No map, no complaints. Let's go. Next up is Rooftop Percher, 5 mana, shapeshifter, 3/3 flying. When this creature enters, exile up to 2 target cards from graveyards. You gain 3 life. Now this is probably like a sideboard card against elves, poor elves or something. I don't know. But yeah. Ooh, 6 mana, mythic, legendary artifact, Chronicle of Victory. As it enters, choose a creature type. Creatures you control of the chosen type get +2/+2 and have first strike and trample. Whenever you cast a spell of the chosen type, draw a card. This all looks amazing. This is just incredible. This can win you maybe on spot, even though it costs 6, but let's assume you already have a board. So you cast this, all of your creatures all of a sudden have become first strikers and tramplers and +2/+2, and the rest is just, I don't know, maybe it wouldn't even matter, you would just win on spot with that. Nice. But again, you know, it's like, yeah, you have to be committed to a certain creature type. Next up is Dawnblast Pennant, for 1 mana artifact. As this artifact enters, choose Elemental, Elf, Fairy, Giant, Goblin, Kithkin, Merfolk, or Treefolk. Whenever a permanent you control of the chosen type enters, you gain 1 life. For 2 mana and tap, sacrifice this artifact, return target card of the chosen type from your graveyard to your hand. I didn't like this for limited. Honestly, I wouldn't play it. I don't think it's worth it. Furdog Core, for 3 mana, Kindred Artifact, Shapeshifter. For tap, add 1 mana of any color, and for 4 mana, this artifact becomes a 4/4 artifact creature until end of turn. Okay, so it's mana rock / mana sinker, so it can become a creature. I don't know if you like really need that mana stabilization. I think you could play it. Maybe like this kindred thing is going to matter. Maybe it's not as bad. Yeah, I agree, Foamy. Yeah, this pennant kind of weird. Probably not worth it. This is actually, I love that they put this activated ability, like additional activated ability on the mana rock. Alright, next up, Foraging Wicker Maw. For 2 mana, we have our effect Creature Scarecrow. 1/3. When its creature enters, Surveil 1. And for 1 mana, add 1 mana of any color. Okay, so it just colors the mana. This creature becomes that color until end of turn. Activate only once each turn. Again, not great. It's not a changeling, it's a scarecrow. So if you're desperate, if you really need mana stabilization, I think you could play it, but I probably wouldn't. The only thing that, yeah, maybe the fact that it surveils may be useful in Golgari. Actually, that's a good point for Vivid. Yeah, I haven't thought of that. That it's fantastic for Vivid. Again, you see, like, I'm kind of skeptical about Vivid. It doesn't look that great. Have we seen, like, I don't even remember one busted payoff from Vivid, to be honest. They are all quite mediocre, I don't know. It is scary. Maybe, you know, like, maybe if you're able to build that Vivid deck, it's just, I don't know, maybe it's just not worth it, you know? It's just a scarecrow. Yeah, you think that it's a good one? I don't know, to be honest. I wouldn't play it in just any deck. I wouldn't play it in my type of deck, to be honest. I would only play it if I really need that fixing or, like, yeah, Vivid payoff. Next up, Gathering Stone. 4 mana artifact. As this artifact enters, choose a creature type. Spells you cast of the chosen type cost 1 less to cast when this artifact enters. And at the beginning of your upkeep, look at the top card of your library. If it's a card of the chosen type, you may reveal it and put it into your hand. If you don't put the card into your hand, you may put it into your graveyard. Oh, this is pretty neat. Except for it costs 4 mana. Yeah, I agree, Foamy, for it coming back to the Scarecrow. Gathering Stone, what do you think about this one? It looks pretty nice, you know, like a late game advantage sort of a deal, but at the same time, I don't know, it's 4 mana. Maybe for the elemental deck, you know, because already this mana cost, it fits the archetype synergy, and also, like, a lot of elementals are expensive, so this cost reducing thing and the rest of it can be useful. I don't know. Yeah, exactly. I think it is maybe like too specific, and yeah, most likely it just won't make the cut. It's the thing. Ooh, we have a rare. Mirror Mind Crown. 4 mana. Artifact equipment. As long as this equipment is attached to a creature, the first time you would create 1 or more tokens each turn. You may instead create that many tokens that are copies of equipped creature and equipped too. What a freaking wording. You can also leave the Dragon of turn 4 stone and get a card of it. Yeah, I guess, you know. Once in the blue moon, anything is possible. But this, I know that there is token generation, but not a lot of that. For it to work, you have to consistently create tokens. And it's just 4 mana. 4 mana is a lot of mana for limited. It doesn't do anything else. So it does not pump your creature. It does not give it evasion. Ugh. Aw. That's sweet. Hello, hello, lazy. They brought back a lot of older Magic cards. Yeah, I think, you know, like, they did overall a very good job with LORWYN Eclipsed. Yeah, all that nostalgia to bring back that feel of the OG LORWYN. Yeah, I think it's very nice. And again, it's just so good to be back to the original Magic the Gathering setting, right? I think all of the universes beyond, it has been just too much, right? I mean, it's nice if it's just, I don't know, like one set per year, right? But anyway, it's just, yeah, another topic of discussion. LORWYN Eclipse is very exciting. But this is just yuck. No, this rare. Yes, yes. I agree, Foamy. Next up, Puka's Eye for 2 mana artifact. Ew. When this artifact enters, draw a card, then choose a color. Alaha. First drawing card, then like the rest, then we're choosing color and whatever. This artifact becomes the chosen color. For 3 mana and tap, draw a card. Activate only if there are 5 colors among permanents you control. Oh my god. So, my vivid enthusiasts. What are you thinking? Vivid, honestly, I have to play first. I have to play it to believe it. That's where I stand with Vivid. As for now, oh, Springleaf Drum, being reprinted. So many old reprints, right? Oh, I mean, old cards. 1 mana artifact, tap and untapped creature control, add 1 mana of any color. This, honestly, this can be pretty neat in the Merfolk deck. Because of the tapping triggers. And, you know, like, this is the art for dummies as well. Merfolk's being there. Oh, that's true. Well, you know, like, the main focus of today's stream is that we're talking these new cards from the limited gameplay perspective, but you are totally correct. Yes, for standard, yeah, definitely this. I wanted to say, like, this is the kind of mana dork that does not die from a shock. But yeah, you still need another creature benefit from it. But still, yeah, I'm pretty sure that it's going to see play center. Oh my god, honestly, this format. It does not, yeah, because Cub works with creatures. But I think maybe it can fit the deck still. I don't know. I know that all of the green decks, all the cup decks, they are on the rise right now, but they all suffer from that early cheap removal. Anyway. Stalactite Dagger for 2 mana. We have artifact equipment. When it enters, create a 1/1 colorless shapeshifter creature token with changeling. Equipped creature gets +1/+1 and is all creature types equipped 2. Okay, so it's not like, you know, it's not... Well, it is sort of hard to drop except for that we create a token. This enchantment is not attached to it, though. I guess still we can count it as a 2-drop, especially. I think it's going to be okay in a Kithkin deck in this go wide strategy. Like equip cost is pretty decent. Yeah, maybe. Alright, and finally, we have Blood Crypt being reprinted. I think the rest of the Shock 2 lands as well, right? Amazing. Now we're moving on to lands. We are almost done. Eclipse Realms. As this land enters, choose Elemental, Elf, Fairy, Giant, Goblin, Githkin, Merfolk, or Treefolk. Add 1 colorless, and for tap, add 1 mana of any color. Spend this mana only to cast a spell of the chosen type or activate an ability of a source of the chosen type. Nice, yeah. Pretty easy to integrate into your typo deck. Evolving Wilds, amazing. So we do have a lot of civilization, to be honest. Pretty nice. Hallowed Fountain being reprinted as well. Overgrown Tomb. Steam Vents, Temple Garden. Okay, and here we have it. This is just the special guest, right? I'm not going to go to read them. We're not going to discuss them. But yeah, this is Peter Velasa. Yeah, this is going to be relevant in draft, of course. Nice. So you can, yes, check it out on your own. It's not really the part of the set. Just as always, special guest. And those are commander cards. Alright. You know what? Here we are. This is it. This is it for the first impressions. Limited set review of LORWYN Eclipsed. Let us and on this beautiful bitter blossom note, thank you all so much. I'm going to upload, of course, this VOD on my YouTube channel. Part 1 is already there. If you want to check it out, please head over to my YouTube channel at Mr. and Mrs. Spike. Also, tonight is the night. It's going to be the streamer event / early access of LORWYN Eclipse on Magic Arena. I'm going to go live tomorrow at 11:30 Central European Time, so hope to see you there. Have fun, everyone. Let's raid somebody. Thank you all so much. Let's see who's streaming. Let's go. See ya. Bye-bye.